Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode. This is episode 4 of the NFL season predictions. And today, we're going to be having today's prediction be the Detroit Lions, the worst city in America. The Detroit Lions, yes. We're going to be doing Detroit. And honestly, I don't think you're going to be surprised by how I think they're going to play this year. But let's get right into this. So we're heading in to week number 1 where Detroit is going to be facing off the 49ers at home. And I'm going to make these short and sweet. I want to talk about them more. But look, Detroit has a good offensive line. They drafted Penny Sewell. They built up that offensive line. It's going to be good this year. If it's healthy, it's going to be good. With Hawkinson, I hope I'm saying his name right, with a tight end there. And then you also got Swift, who's a running back that could do it a lot in the passing game and in the running game with a good offensive line. That's going to be good for them in ways they could move the ball. But the defense is polluted. They have no wide receivers besides Hawkinson, who's a tight end. And you're playing against a 49ers team who has wide receivers, 75 running backs, a good quarterback. We got a good offensive line. We have a great defensive line. Secondary is questionable, but again, Detroit has no secondary, no defense, nothing. So I'm gonna say San Francisco wins this year. So now, heading into week 2, we're gonna face off against Detroit. They're gonna be facing off against Green Bay, and as tradition goes, Green Bay always wins, even if it was some bullshit calls, if it's a Hail Mary. Something. They always gonna end up losing to Green Bay, and Green Bay is just a better overall team. The defense is better, offensive line is extremely better, quarterback play better. Jared Goff doesn't stand to fucking Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, Devontae Adams, the number 1 wide receiver in the league. Yeah, give me Green Bay in this one, and then they face off against Detroit. Heading into week 3 is gonna be facing off against the Baltimore Ravens, who again, defense is very, very, very bad for Detroit. And wide receivers, unexisting. I can't name you one of their wide receivers. I promise you I cannot name one of their wide receivers. And it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird if they somehow win this game, but then now Baltimore again has one of the best defenses in the league. You still have Lamar Jackson running, throwing, whatever. He does a lot for that offense. And they did lose their rookie wide receiver for a little while. I forgot what the injury was. At the time of the recording, he is injured. So Hollywood for week 3 should be the number 1 wide receiver at that game. But it doesn't matter. You still have your running back core. Your defense is good, led by Patrick Queen. And yeah, there's no way you're going to win that game. And now, heading into week 4, Detroit Lions are going into Chicago against that monstrous defense that Chicago has. It's, again, we've talked about how Chicago, I believe, is in a state where they need to get their chemistry right, and where they're good, but not good to the point where they're gonna make the postseason. But they're not losing to Detroit. They've always owned Detroit. I believe they beat them with Chase Daniels one year when Trubisky was hurt, or I think it was before that. And Detroit, again, when it comes to these division foes, they're never good. They're never good. So now heading into week 5, we have the Minnesota Vikings, versus the Detroit Lions in Minnesota. So they're 2 road games back to back against division rivals. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win that game. Again, I still think I'm still very high on Minnesota this year. I think they're gonna win the division. I think they're gonna be a very good team. With Cook still being there, their offensive line is very good. The defense is just getting better. It's young but getting better. Kirk Cousins gonna have hopefully another great season. Jeff having hopefully another good season for him. And I honestly I don't think they should even get close to winning 3 games this year. That's how bad I believe they are. They have no wide receiving core, no defense whatsoever. Well, I love their coach. Their coach is a fucking beast. He's a god. Now, week 6, this could be a game that they could win. They're facing off to Cincinnati at home. Cincinnati having Joe Burrow back at this point, hopefully having that offense that could be a top 3 offense into this league. But again, the defense is very questionable for Cincinnati. And you know what? I think that offense for Detroit is going to do just enough to squeak by. I think this could be a high shootout game, especially because it doesn't seem like both teams have good defenses. And as of right now, we don't really know until the season starts. But it's just off of what we've seen last year and what the players they picked up. So I'm going to say Detroit gets their first win after losing 5 in a row. I'm going to say they go 1-5 to go into week 7. Now, they're playing against the Rams. So you get a win, you're happy. Yeah, you're going to face off against the Rams, who have Matthew Stafford. This is a revenge game for Matthew Stafford. And not only that, with revenge games, he knows who you are. He knows who you are. He's been there for like 10 years. He's had his tenure there. And against, you have Aaron Donald on the other side with fucking Jalen Ramsey. Give me the Rams in this one. They're going to win this game. Now, heading into week 8, you're facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. And honestly, we don't know what the Eagles are going to bring. The Eagles are a big what-if team. Are they going to win 8 games? Stay healthy, they win 8 games. If they don't, they're going to be a 4-win team. Detroit, again, I have high praise on that defense. I mean, not that defense, that offensive line. Swift could be a good player on that. It could be a big guy on this offense. So is Hoskins. I hope I'm saying his name right, the tight end. And this is gonna be a weird game, but I just don't think Philadelphia's gonna lose this game unless they're absolutely depleted at offense this year, and defense. So now, through 8 weeks, I have Detroit going 1-7 through the first 8 weeks of the season. That's not good. That's not good. And now you have a week 9 bye. Get your guys healthy. Get some shit moving. Probably. We'll see. Now heading into week 10, you are facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the fucking TikTokers. But again, Detroit has no defense, no wide receivers. Jared Goff is inconsistent. Their running game, it's still unknown. The offensive line is great, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. The defense is still the defense with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Devin Bush coming back, hopefully healthy and well, plays the same or even better. I just don't think that's gonna be enough. And who's gonna guard Juju and Claypool? You don't have no one really to guard them. I don't even think you have an actual reliable starting guy at your number 1 corner. He's probably like a third stringer on another team. So now heading into week 11, you're facing off against the number 1 team in my opinion heading into this year. No question about it. On paper, they have the best defense in the league, a top 3 offense in the league on paper, and this is going to be an absolute massacre. And the Browns are going to absolutely wipe the floor with Detroit. Now, heading into week number 12, you're facing off against your rival, Chicago. And as tradition always goes, you guys are going to be playing on Thursday Night Football in Thanksgiving. You guys always lose on Thanksgiving. I think it's just a tradition for you guys to lose. And again, I honestly think if somehow Chicago loses, Matt Nagy should get fired. Or if any coach loses to Detroit this year, should very well get fired. Should very well get fired on the spot after the game. You don't even get it on the team bus. You're walking home. How the fuck are you gonna lose to Detroit? But yeah, Detroit is a very big mess this year, and I can't see them winning at all. All right, so now heading into week 13. You play Minnesota. So you went week 4, week 5. You went Chicago, Minnesota. Now you're going to week 12, week 13 against Chicago. Then now Minnesota in Detroit this time. And does it make no difference? No, because they still have Dalvin Cook. They still have J. Jeff. That offensive line, young and good. And yeah, the defense is just at this point is gonna be at its best. And I don't see you guys winning this game. So now heading into week 14, you have the Denver Broncos versus the Detroit Lions. And could this be another win for Detroit? I mean, Detroit again, defense lacks. The defense is lacking. We don't know what the Denver's gonna bring with their team. Is it gonna be Drew Lock, Teddy B? They have a quarterback situation over there, and the wide receivers are great. Their wide receivers are very great. You got Fant at the tight end position, who's also great. Defense could be suspect. We don't know how Von Miller, Chubb is gonna look. We don't know how that secondary is gonna look. How that D line pressure is gonna come in. But you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give Detroit this win right here, and I'm gonna say Cincinnati wins in week 6. I'm gonna say they get their first win in week 14. I'm gonna say that. Now heading into week 15, Detroit facing off against the Arizona Cardinals, who I'm not very high on this year. You guys already know as the last 3 show. I very much do not think Arizona is going to be good this year, but Arizona is facing off against Detroit. They have a way better offensive line, way better defense. Talon Jones, even if they do trade him, they're going to get something back out of him. They're still good. They have Kyler Murray, Andy Isabella, who I think should be who could damn well be a borderline number 2. I think he's the number 4 wide receiver on the team. I think he could be better than AJ Green. I think he is better than AJ Green at this point of his career, and I would honestly put him at number 3 if I'm Arizona. Isaiah Simmons, Buda Baker, and the defense is looking great with J.J. Watt as well. But they're all old. There's a lot of old people there, but you're not going to lose. And if you lose this game, your coach should get fired. So Arizona winning this game here. Going into week 16, you're going to face off against Atlanta. This is another game where I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta just chokes it away. They're up by like 40 or something, and Detroit comes back and wins. They lost to Detroit last year, so it could very much well happen again. And but I don't think so. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be godly this year, and he's going to probably put the fucking smoke on Detroit this year. Again, I'm not really talking good about Detroit. I understand, like you're asking probably why at this point, but there's not really much to talk about Detroit besides their offensive line, Swift and Hawkinson. I mean, there's really not much that good. They're possibly going to be in the contention for the number 1 pick next year. So we'll see. And now heading into week 17, you're playing against Seattle in Seattle. Damn, I remember the last time I watched them play. They got absolutely fucked in the wild card game, and I think it's gonna happen again. Detroit is gonna lose to Seattle in week 17. Again, when you have Russell Wilson there, you're gonna win a lot of your games, and Russell Wilson still being there, you're gonna win your games. And I don't expect them to even come close to winning this game at all. Now heading into week 18, I have the Green Bay Packers facing off. Not me. The Green Bay Packers are facing off against Detroit in this week 18 game, the last game of the season. This could be a do or die game for Green Bay to get the number 1 seed or even a playoff push at this point. And we're gonna have to see. But again, it's Detroit. No offense, no wide receivers, I should say. I think they have a decent quarterback, a good running back, and a good tight end. And defense is depleted as hell. Can't name a single player on that defense. I'll tell you that right now. And again, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. You got Devontae Adams. You have that offensive line that's godly. And this is possibly the last year for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. He's going to make the most out of it. And he's going to want to do his best to take his team to the postseason. But Detroit has nothing. I don't know why I'm saying but. Detroit is going to lose by like 67 points. So that's it for this year's NFL predictions for the Lions. I have them going 1-16. You could say they could win 2. I think honestly I think the only 2 winnable games they have is against Denver and Cincinnati. You could say they win 2 games. But I think Cincinnati's going to win. I think Cincinnati's gonna win. I think Denver's gonna be that team between the both of them to lose. Is Denver? Denver, they're a bunch of donkeys, and they're stupid like that. But let me see. Their defense did get a little better. So honestly, fuck it. Fuck it. Hot take. I have Detroit going 0-17. The first team to go 0-17 in NFL history. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say Detroit loses all their games. I'm looking back at this right now, so that's going to be my hot take. I mean, it's probably not a hot take. People probably putting money on that. But I think Detroit's going to be the first 0-17 in NFL history. And in the first year of this happening, it could very well happen. They're, what? Oh, and they're also going to be the first team to do it twice, to go defeated twice in their whole fucking 100+ years of being in the NFL. So they went 0-16, now 0-17. Fuck it, I think they do it. I think they do it, and yeah, and I think that's what's gonna happen. Oh, and I think Hawkinson, my second hot take, I think he's gonna be a 1,000-yard receiver, and I also think by the end of this year, Jared Goff, Swift, and whoever else. Jared Goff will not be on this. No, my bad. I'm sorry. That's not a hot take. That's probably going to happen. But I think Swift could get 500, 700. I think he gets 750 yards rushing and 500 yards receiving. I'm going to say that for Swift, and he gets like 13, 14 touchdowns this year. But again, tell me how you guys feel. This is another episode. We finished the NFC North, and this is gonna be a weird division to cover. We don't know who's gonna win. I'm gonna be honest with you. This could be a throw up. Whoever wins, Minnesota could win if everything all falls right. Green Bay could easily win like they usually do. Chicago can come out of thin air and win this division, and Detroit, they could go 0-17. But again, I'll catch you guys later. I'll be doing the AFC North now, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. As always, come by soon. This is Isaiah Faithful signing out on another great episode. You guys are the best. You guys are the greatest as always. Until next time, this is your boy signing out. Piss off, cunt. Woo!